Welcome to Climate Quickies, bite-sized nuggets of climate goodness from our TEDxLondon experts in under 10 minutes.
In this week's Climate Curious, we're looking into the Icelandic art of InnSæi with author, entrepreneur and public speaker Hrund Gunnsteinsdottir. With all the challenges and stress associated with the modern world, we felt it'd be good to take a beat and connect with our own InnSæi. And if you stay to the end, Hrund will be giving a very special guided meditation on the importance of journaling and keeping mindful. Let's head over to Hrund now. Stay curious.
Hello, so my name is Hrund Gunnsteinsdóttir. I am a writer, I'm a coach and a speaker, and my work and passion is all about exploring the world within us through the lens of InnSæi. You know, intuition is fundamental to our existence and it's largely misunderstood and it's often neglected. So that's the starting point where I'm coming from. And because of these reasons, the art of intuition is about bringing together everything that we know from recent discoveries in science, research, practice, and timeless wisdom, and giving ourselves the permission to tap into what I think is a magnificent, it's largely intangible world that exists inside all of us through the lens of the concept InnSæi. And to explain InnSæi, InnSæi is the Icelandic word for intuition. We write it with a capital I and an S. It holds such a beautiful and profound space for, you know, all the different ways that we've chosen to define intuition, which turned out, and I discovered years ago, I felt was very fragmented. While intuition requires us to understand it holistically so that we can properly harness and hone it. In short, the art of intuition synthesizes what we know about intuition across silos and disciplines and time. And it enables us to see the big picture, the full meaning and function of intuition. I went through a very turbulent, difficult time in my life in my late 20s. And when I look back on it, the words that I would use to try to comprehend were, I hit a wall, I collapsed, I lost my direction in life, I lost hope. And I really needed to rebuild myself again. So I was working in post-conflict Kosovo. I absolutely drained my source of energy, and I went to work for the UN as a permanently hired UN professional in Geneva. And there I kind of found myself locked inside heavy bureaucracy and hierarchy, and my sense of purpose just kind of waned. The only way out of that for me was to connect within. And this is when I really just got to know intuition differently. And I would also just dive into the reading and learning from different cultures and different disciplines and from around the world. And, you know, I went from not being able to tie my own shoelaces to being very healthy. And I was told that I might not ever be able to work full time ever again. And I moved from that to being, I would say, physically very healthy. So the way that I tapped into intuition, you know, to begin with, for those who are listening, if you feel like a wreck, if you really feel it's hard to take a deep breath, then what you might need is to simply sleep when you need to, when you can. Sleep is very important. I started to journal. It's not about writing well or saying something logical. It's just writing, whatever is consuming your mind, because often when we're in this state, our mind is just swirling. It's just endless overthinking. And that's where I was. I started to meditate. I did a lot of walking outside, outdoors in nature, particularly in Iceland, and very privileged. I was able to go down to the sea where I just spent, you know, hours every week. And I just allowed the rhythm of the ocean to sink in. Nothing in my work or education had encouraged me to do that. And so I learned what I call the two rhythms and a sharper inner compass. So I learned how to be in like really tapping into the two different rhythms that we're made of. It's the being and doing. It's the analytical and rational and the receptive and reflective. And we need to balance these two in order to keep the circulation system of our brains and souls continuing to move. For those who are experiencing high stress, stiffness in their body, the first thing is always to turn on the self-awareness. So find ways to accompany yourself, to be fully inside your own body. You know, I used to think that the body was just a means to transport my brain between meetings. I literally, like, without logically thinking that is how I thought, like, lived it. And so I think the first step is to mindfully come back to yourself and to your body, feel your body. Like now when you're listening, like if you have your feet on the floor, just notice that the soles of your feet on the floor. You know, be mindful of your breathing. Most of us forget to take deep breaths. It affects our health and ability to think freely and creatively. We pay attention to so many things throughout the day, like millions of things that we pay attention with our whole body during every hour of every day. Most of this is unconscious to us, but it doesn't mean that it doesn't inform us. It's actually a very big part of who we are and how we show up. So paying attention to what we pay attention to is another layer. So paying attention to what we pay attention to and journal about it is about paying attention with your whole body. You get goosebumps, you notice beautiful colors, or you notice something that is not pleasant. Notice these things and document them. And this will also turn the switch on, and you are beginning to tune into your intuition and what it looks like. So go for a good walk. Just observe what you see as you walk. Do you hear birds singing, people arguing, people smiling? What smell is in the air? Just open up your senses to the world around you without being deliberate and planning what you want to get out of it. Just be open to it, and the world will come to you and nourish you and tell you things that you didn't realize about yourself in that moment. So I thought I'd do a grounding meditation with you. Grounding is a super powerful way to align with InnSæi, our inner safe anchor, our intuition, to calm our systems, our nervous systems, broaden our horizons, and bring the best out in our brains, you know, and its ability to empathize, create, and imagine and find solutions and sense make. So I want to start by asking you just to bring yourself in a comfortable position physically. You may be standing, you may be sitting. And I want to start by taking a deep breath. Just, you know, we can just let it all go and just feel the power in that. And breathe deeply on the in-breath and also on the out-breath. And as we breathe in, count to 3 and count to 6 as you breathe out. But I want to advise you as you breathe out to pierce your lips together to prolong the breathing. And you will feel instantly how it calms you down. So breathe in on 3 and breathe out on 6 and pierce your lips together so it's hard for the air to come out. 3, 4, 5, 6. So stand with both feet on the ground and feel your soles on the floor or the ground where you are. Put your hands together at chest height and close your eyes. Maybe imagine that you're out in nature and honor yourself and the ground that you are standing on. Now extend your hands upwards to reach the sky. Imagine you're a tree with branches, leaves, and crown rising gracefully from the earth. Feel the soles of your feet and imagine they are sprouting roots deep into the center of Mother Earth. Visualize your roots below the surface of the earth, how they mix in with everyone else's roots. And your roots are a part of an interconnected, intelligent, and mutually supportive human root system. Now see from a distance the center of the earth as a powerful ball of energy, fire, and light. Visualize your roots connecting to this center and feel them tapping into it to fill themselves with its energy and nutrition. Now witness from afar your roots transporting this energy and nutrition all the way up again, from the center of the earth into the soles of your feet, and from there into your whole body. Feel it. You are standing strong. You can weather the storms of life because the earth is holding you. Now breathe into that and open your eyes when you're ready. For those who want to learn more about intuition and how to align with it, harness and hone it to make better decisions and actions and feel better, you should visit my website, which is my full name.com, hrundgunnsteinsdottir.com. I'd love for you to read my book and do the exercises and really experience what it feels like to navigate with a strong inner compass that InnSæi can give you.